Good morning. I'm going to share my topic about on service-oriented architecture. First, Unit 1. We have to discuss about the characteristics of SOA and benefits of SOA and roots of SOA and anatomy of SOA and the components of SOA and the principles of SOA and service layer. These are the functions we have discussed about in Unit 1. Next one, what are the features and what is about a SOA? What is an SOA? Na? It is nothing but it is also called as software development. It will be used in software components like service to create a business application. Whenever we have to using any business application, we have used to only by using a service oriented architecture. Because of this, it is called as software, and making application business oriented application we have used here. And next, in what are the features and why you are using for SOA? First thing, we have to use in business capability and the how to communicate with other people, with the other using by other languages. Some different language used to communicate. Now by using SOA, it is very sufficient to use for developers and reuseful for services in a complicated task. By using SOA, it is very perfect and would be making many different tasks to be performed. And next one, what is a service? What is service? Nothing but it will be very defined and will be self-contained functionals will be represented by the services. And here the message-based communication will be communicated with the application and other applications. An example for the service now, first thing, any application of network can be services can be used in applications like weather service to get weather application, weather information. By using the applications we can developing by SOA. And next one, service connection. First thing, service consumer. Next thing, service provider. Service consumer sends the service request to the service provider. Service provider service sends the response to the service consumer. These are the difference between service consumer and the service provider. First one, understand the both consumer and the service provider. Giving request to the service provider, consumer will give the request to the service provider. The service provider will the response for the give response for the service consumer. These are the difference between the service consumer and service provider. Why you using service consumer and service provider? Between client and the producer, or otherwise client and the server communication. For that purpose, we are going for SOA. Next, what are the terminologies? Service provider, service consumer, service locator, service broker. These are the applications. Next one, features or otherwise contemporary SOA, otherwise characteristics of SOA. These are the functions. What are the features? SOA is the core oriented functions. SOA increase the quality of service. SOA gets the fundamental automations. SOA get the open standards. SOA supports some interoperability. It will be promotes discovery. It promotes federalization. It consumes the reusability. It will be consumes the extensibility. These are the many functions under comes from contemporary SOA. Contemporary SOA has several meanings, like new computing platforms will be organized with the appropriate architectural approach. And what are the definitions? It will be represents the definitions between the web services. How we'll be using the web service? How we'll be using the web application? How we'll be using the different applications oriented between consumer and the producer, or otherwise client and server. These two communication between the application used, it will be called as SOA. Next, fundamentally autonomous. Fundamentally autonomous, it will be self-contained possibilities, and it will be intelligence heavily and controlled by using recipients. And next, applications are called as SOA. And next one most important thing, XML, WSL, SOAP, XML schema formation. Why these are the functions used for SOA? To allow, these are the functions by using allowing the message to the one application to another application. Main thing, SOAP, WSDL, XML and XML schema. These are the four things only we can allow the message from one person to another by using the application. Next one, suppose vendor diversity. Vendor diversity is nothing but using the .NET solution and using the JWE solutions, the vendor diversity is used. Vendor diversity is communication between two functions by using vendor diversity, or interfacing between the layers using vendor diversity, and promotes discovery also same like that. And next one, promotes federalization. non-federation environment, that will be healthy non-federation environment. It will be not supported for the consumer and product, or otherwise not supported to client and server functions by be using the contemporary SOA. Next one, WS reliable message, WS policy, WS addressing. Why you are using these three functions in by using SOA? Na? The WS na nothing but Windows service. It will be giving a reliable messaging. It will be giving the memory policies. It will be giving some addresses for the function. It will be giving the coordination. It will be giving the automated transaction. By using by these functions only, the application will be run by through SOA. Next one, fosters reusability. To be designed, the principles encourage the reuse the function, and to be composed in large services, it will be reused. Many functions are used. And next one, what are the definition for SOE? It will be represents in open, extensible, federated, composable architecture. These functions are enumerated. Next, service-oriented business modeling paradigm. Layers of observation, many functions. First one, service oriented business modeling paradigm. It will be cuts vertically through the business logic, mainly used for business function and mainly used for composition business input function. These are the graph under here. You have to refer this. And the implements layers of abstraction. It will be the currently positioning the functions and currently resourcing the many functions. And next one, why we are using a building block in contemporary SOA? It has a larging service. It will be managing by using SOA application. Multiple functions are allowed by using the building block. We can run the SOA application. And next, why you are using for appending the SOA definition? It will be establish the abstraction of business logic, and will be giving some results to the loose coupling, and will be giving some changes for service oriented functions. And next one, in an evaluation, why you are using for SOA is an distant architecture, because of it will be the preprocessors or pre-processing the functions in an SOA. And next one, why it will be called as achievable ideal, because of it will be towards SOA is very difficult and most enormous task. By using many application, by using the many features of contemporary SOA, we can move towards by the enterprise, and that we facing some difficult task. And one, this is a definition for the SOA. SOA is a form of technology architecture and will be the principles of SOA, and gives a web service technologies some platforms to be supported in the architectural basis. And this is a misconception SOA. What is the misconception? An application be used in web services and marketing term used by the refund and will be distributed services. Many functions are there, and benefits and pitfalls, improve integration, reuse, streamline architecture, legacy investment, and XML data structure, best for agility. Many functions are there, and thank you.